Hello everybody, welcome back to the Chilean Revolution. I'm a bit in a different environment today. It might be a bit echoey. I'm at work. Record a video whenever you can. Try to, at least. Working nights. As long as I do my bits, I can do whatever I want. Just deal with it. I'm at work. So, we're playing Roma in the last game of the group stage of the Champions League, and we're playing Southampton. Yes, Southampton. It's a very important game in the Champions League because we can still qualify second in the group. I'll show you the results that we've been going through, but we're joint on points with Lyon. They've got a worse goal difference, but it's because we drew and they've beaten us, so head-to-head wise, they're better all round than us. So they're playing Bayern, we're playing Roma, so we've got the easier tie. But I kind of want to try our hand at Europa League because I feel like we could win the Europa League quite easily. But you never know with these things. Obviously, you want to go through in the Champions League, and I didn't expect us to get as far as we did last season in the Champions League, but I wouldn't mind a Europa League run just to see how we do and see if we can win that. But we'll go through the results. We've played a few games since you were last with us. Obviously, we played Stoke and Lyon in the last episode. It's not gone too great. We lost to Middlesbrough 2-0. They just came out in the second half and destroyed us. We then bounced back against Bournemouth. We won 5-2. Just scoring goals for fun. When we're winning, scoring goals for fun. Jovanovic getting a brace, Yarmolenko getting a brace, and Coquelin getting a goal. We lost to Bayern Munich 2-0 in the last Champions League group game. They were just better than us, simple as. We lost to Arsenal 2-0, Lacazette scoring a couple of goals for them. And then we beat Huddersfield 4-1, Chris Wood getting a brace, Anderson and Sancho getting the goal in that game. So, where does that leave us in the league? We're 8th in the league. Still a point behind Champions League, but I think we're going to finish around 6th or 7th this season. It is coming up to January, and we have got 40 million in the bank. So I'm thinking of investing, but I don't know where to invest as of yet. It's going to be a interesting January, let's say that much. But this is the team we're going with for today. We've got Pickford in goal, Shaw, Jovanovic, Stark, Zola, Coquelin, Arthur, Sessegnon, Anderson, Yarmolenko, and Chris Wood up front, because every time he's started, he's scored goals, and obviously we want to win this game. So Guidetti's injured, like always. I think he's injured anyway. He was coming back from an injury, and Sir House hasn't really kicked on this season. This might be the last season for Sir House, depending on how well Chris Wood does, I guess. If Chris Wood can carry on scoring a couple of goals here and there, if he can get like 10, 15 goals from coming off the bench, there's no reason to get rid of him, because he was only really brought in as a one-season kind of guy. Like, only paid £9 million for him as a direct replacement for Marino, and they were pretty much the same quality. Just sold Marino for 30 million, brought in Chris Wood for 9 million. But if he can score goals for us, I don't see why we would get rid of him, if I'm honest. So they're playing a 5-3-2. That Schick was the one that destroyed us in the last game. I say destroyed us, didn't we beat them? Come on, the boys. We can potentially go through. Either way, we're definitely in Europa because Roma can't catch us. So we definitely got Europa League. We can obviously, like last season, we got fairly lucky with late goals, and yeah, we just got lucky to get into the Champions League final, I say. But I would also say we deserve to get there because we earned the luck, in my opinion, and that's why I think we could do absolute bits in the Europa League. We could easily win that, in my opinion, if we go off what last season. Granted, we're not playing as well as we did last season, but I'm still confident if we stay in the Champions League, I would say we could probably get to the quarterfinals. Oh, Chris Wood nearly scoring there. We could probably get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Maybe even the semi-finals. Never know, but I can't see us getting near the final this time around. But we'll have to wait and see how this game pans out and how the Lyon game pans out. But either way, I wouldn't mind what happens. Sessegnon, Yarmolenko's hit the post at the bar. It's still in there. Anderson, is that Matt Ryan in goal? He's doing absolute bits. We've had 4 shots, already had a clear cut and a half chance. Is it going to be one of those days again? Benjamin Mendy tries to find Isn't Florenzi a right back? Why is he their furthest man forward from a corner? Okay, you do you, Roma. We've started this game strongly, which I like to see. Nothing's really happened since that bundle of highlights we had at the start of the game, and they still haven't had a shot, which is interesting. They've got a lot of players booked, so I can see one of their players getting sung off maybe. Yarmolenko whips in a ball. Nicholas Stark has put us 1-0 up. Perfect time to score. We've already gone over the 1 minute of added on time. They might feel a little bit annoyed by that. But a good corner in from Yarmolenko. Stark beat everyone in the air. Great header across goal. Going into half time, 1-0. They still have another shot. It looks like at this moment of time we're going to be in the first knockout round of the Champions League, which I like very much. Don't get complacent out there. Easy as you. We never know. If Lyon beats Bayern Munich, then we'll be in the Europa League. Simple as that, because of head-to-head. So you never know what's going to happen. They're still drawing at the moment. So we have to keep one eye on that game, obviously. But we're doing what we have to do. We're 1-0 up. Right, 53 minutes in, we have a highlight. Bayern have gone 1-0 up, I assume, or they're winning at least, against Lyon. And there's that red card. Kevin Strootman is getting himself sent off. You thought, experienced head, he wouldn't be the one that gets sent off. But it's not a bad replacement. They brought on Nainggolan. Not bad. Not a bad replacement. But I did say there's going to be a red card in this game. And it is Strootman that has got himself sent off. And we have got another highlight here. Arthur, his Brazilian Comprade, is that a thing? I don't know. Arthur, but Chris Wood had a shot. But Matt Ryan is once again there. Oh, they playing it out from the back. I need to watch that. I'm not going to do anything just yet. Luke Shaw, what a ball in. Chris Woods can't quite get there. That was a cracking ball in from Shaw. Arthur's now on it. Can he find Coquelin? He finds Sessegnon instead. Play it to Luke Shaw. He's there. Luke Shaw, can he whip in another good ball? He can. Yarmolenko. We should be more than 1-0 up. I'm going to throw out a concentrate, because a team with 10 men is always dangerous. It's always dangerous. They could have some sort of like second wind and score at any time, I feel. But we have got the ball back from their throw-in. Yarmolenko, what can he do with it? Runs down the wing, but he gets tackled with ease. Come on, boys. Let's pressurise them. Let's try and get another man setting off. Yarmolenko doing some defensive duties there. He's done very well. Arthur's picked it up. And we're just going to slowly go from the back. It looks like Anderson over to Zola. Tries to cross it in, but he gets blocked. Arthur once again to Anderson. He loves that little pass into Anderson. Zola's there. Can he whip it in? He has whipped it in. Chris Wood. How has Chris Wood not scored today? He has done everything but score. It seems like most highlights he's been involved in where he's had a shot and it's either hit the post or the keeper saved it. Felipe Anderson's on a mad run here. He's skipped past about 3 of them and then just ran to the corner flag. Okay. Finds Arthur. Finds Coquelin. Who can he find? Sessegnon. Out to Luke Shaw again. We're getting some very good space out on that left wing. But we are going to make some substitutions now. We probably should have scored then as well. Chris Woods, it's not been his day. I'm going to take him off. Seri Martin can come on. I'm not going to take Coquelin off because he's obviously not playing very well because of his rating, but Football Manager never gives ball-winning midfielders good ratings. Jack Wilshere, I'm going to bring him on for Arthur just to get a bit of an experienced head in there. And all I've seen Arthur do is pass it to Anderson, to be fair. So we're going to do that and then leave the one substitution. Lyon have equalised against Bayern Munich. So that could be interesting with 10 minutes to go. If Lyon get another goal, then they will go through and we will have to stick with Europa League, which once again I'm fine with. But we've got 5 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Flew by. We're going to bring on Hendry, I think, we'll bring him on for Anderson, and then we'll drop him in there, and then we'll just go with that. Pretty much our 5-2-3, but a flat back 5 instead of wing backs. But looks like Lyon have scored, so we're going into the Europa League. After all that, Lyon have beaten Bayern Munich. Kind of annoying that. Yarmolenko can't quite finish it. We're in the Europa League, boys. Now, I'm not too upset. We did what we needed to do. That's all we could do. We had a hard couple of games. Obviously, we had to play Bayern at their place, which is always going to be hard. Lost to them 2-0. They deserve to win that. We've absolutely demolished Roma there. I think it was 17 shots to their 1 or something like that. Absolutely tore them apart. And that's why I feel that we can do bits in the Europa League. So I'm not too worried about getting knocked out of the Champions League, like I said. But let's bounce back. I say bounce back. We won the game. But let's go and play Southampton, get 3 points, concentrate on the league when we get this little European break. I shall see you in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. We're against Southampton. We've made a couple of changes to the squad. Basically, we've taken our best players, minus Yarmolenko, out of the team, and Sessegnon, I would say. So we've taken Felipe Anderson out the sides. I'll tell you why that is in a minute. We've taken Arthur out the side just to give Garcia some game time. And we've taken Nicholas Stark out the side just to give Hendry some time in the first team. And also rest him up for the Carabao Cup, because I want to win that as well. But Felipe Anderson came to me during that little cutaway and said that he wanted to join Bayern Munich. And I said that, thank you for telling me. I think it was like, thank you for telling me. There's no tables there's no bids on the table, so I wouldn't worry about it right now. And he was like, okay, fair enough. He said something else, but his head's probably all over the place at the moment. So I thought I'll drop him for now, just for this game, just to see what he's like. Read his head in the dressing room, and then I'll probably bring him on, no doubt, because we'll probably lose this game like we always bloody do. But yeah, it's just, come January, we might not have Felipe Anderson. He might be, because there was also a report that Real Madrid were after him as well. So if he wants to join Bayern Munich and Real Madrid are linked to him, I can't see him staying with us for much longer. The other two, I just wanted to rest them for a couple of for a game, because they hadn't had a massive rest. They pretty much played most of the games. So I thought we'll give him a go. Sancho needed some game time anyway. Garcia, he's young, give him as much game time as possible. And Hendry, don't really want to piss him off. But Garcia has got a free kick here. It was a poor free kick, really. Sancho whips it in, and it has come off a defender, Bednarak. Let's put it into his own net, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1-1. 1-0? 1-0. It's 1-0. They haven't scored. It's 1-0. That was, considering in this game, I think we had like 7 shots by this point against Roma. Southampton are giving us a decent game at the moment. 20 minutes in, it's 1-0. Oh, I forgot to say as well, by the end of this year, we would have left Europe as well. And I'm pretty sure it's soft Europe. It's soft Brexit. So I think it's the one where you can have 17 European players, 17 foreign player slots. So judging by that, it's not confirmed, obviously, but judging by that, we can bring in that striker in the centre-back, Babic and Hill was his name, who are both in Venlo. We can bring them in next season and play them, because Babic and Jovanovic was always going to be my starting centre-back partnership. Pickford saves the penalty, big man. Babic, the centre-back at Venlo, and Jovanovic was always going to be my centre-back partnership. Obviously, we got Stark now, so that would help. And is it Hill? I can't remember, the American guy, the American Wonder Kid, who's at Venlo. I'll bring him in. That means I will probably get rid of Sirhouse, definitely, if he comes in. And depending if he wants to piss me off anymore with his injuries, I might get rid of John Guidetti. I'm not sure yet. Because Chris Wood, he's not getting injured when he's given the chance. He's scoring goals. He's creating chances as well. Obviously, against Roma, he should have got about 2 hat-tricks. But he's getting in the box. He's having shots. There's no reason to get rid of him at the moment. But that American guy, he looks something special. And if it's a soft Brexit and we can bring him in, that would just make everything fantastic. But we are an hour in. They had Cedric take the penalty. That seems like an odd choice. I mean, I'm not a Southampton fan, but you would have thought even James Ward-Prowse, let him take it. But, oh well. This game's kind of flown through. We haven't had much in terms of highlights. So we're going to make our substitutions. We're going to take off all the players that are booked because I can deal with it. Stark and Arthur can come on in the midfield. Give them, actually, no, I'm going to bring on, what's his name? Vieira, and not bring on Stark. Because Vieira needs game times. We haven't got Holgate on the bench. Interesting. Sarri Martin could come on. Okay, let's give him as much game time as possible, Sarri Martin, because I don't know why really. He's just because I want a young player to get as much game time as possible. Yeah, for some reason I've got this love for Sarri Martin. I think it might have been after the Bayern Munich game where he scored the winner. It's just he's got a soft spot in my heart. And he's slowly but surely replacing Guidetti as my bae, if I'm honest. But we got a highlight here. Oh, I've got a sniffly nose. I am sorry. Sancho's on the ball. We're in the box. It got tackled, but Arthur's picked it up. Can he get a cross in? He's trying to beat 2 man. He's got the cross in, but it's a pretty poor cross. Good win there by Hendry. That's why we brought him into the side. Arthur once again finds Sancho to Martin around the corner to Yarmolenko. Tries to find Sessegnon. We're knocking on the door, but we can't quite get in. Yarmolenko tackled once again. Southampton have just pumped the ball forward and they're in our box. Rodriguez, he's hit the inside of the post. That is dangerous. Dangerous. What are we on? We're on control. We're going to go counter, but another highlight is kicked in before we could change it. Yarmolenko, poor pass. And Southampton are once again on the break. Rafa, that's a poor shot. Poor shot. End of highlight, please. We're going to shout concentrate. They have deserved something from this game. Like, we haven't really been in this game, but, you know, if we want to get up the league, we're going to have to get lucky wins like this, like 1-0 wins where it's an own goal and they missed a penalty. We've won the game away from home. I'm more than happy with that, if I'm honest. It was a bit of a dull performance, but someone used to say the best teams always win 1-0. So I think it was Jose Mourinho. Probably not the best quote to go by, is it? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this video. We're in Europa League. I don't know when the draw is. We couldn't make it through to the Champions League, but that is fine by me. 18th of the 2nd is when the competition starts again, but I don't know when the draw is. Is it anytime soon? I don't know. Well, we'll get to that point when we do. Oh, they're right. Okay, so that'll be an episode in itself, so that's fine. If they're all... Are they all like that? I'm not too sure. But if they're all like that, it looks like it's going to be an episode in itself, which I'm more than happy with. But we shall come back for Chelsea Man United. Yeah, Chelsea Man United. That seems like a perfect point. Actually, Chelsea Liverpool. Because we play Man United a lot, don't we? Chelsea Man United. We're going to come back for Chelsea Man United. We play Stoke in the Carabao Cup quarter-final next. Hopefully we can win that and get a semi-final again, because I just want to win a trophy. That's all I want. All I want. But like I said, if you have liked this video, please subscribe if you are new around here, or you haven't done so already. And I shall see you for the Chelsea and Man United game. Thank you very much for watching.